a legend has emerged from the dust. A hero locked deep in the Kanto region on a divine journey. A quest of valor and marvel. His tale spans hundreds of hours and thousands of lepers. Through perils unknown, he marches. This is the tale of the PokeMMO Region Lock.
What's going on? This is Rocket, and welcome back to the PokeMMO Region Lock. I have officially spent 2,000 hours in the Kanto region. If you recall, the official challenges of the Region Lock call for me to spend 1,000 hours in Kanto, and I've done that twice now. In that time, I've gotten 4 shinies on the account, but that's not enough for me to complete the Region Lock. I still need to get the Outer Region shiny. Until then, I'm stuck here. In this Region Lock episode, I'm going to completely review the progress of the account, leak my new top secret Kanto moneymakers, and share my thoughts on the game, community, and the Region Lock after 2,000 hours of playing. I figured I could offer an interesting perspective as I'm one of the few players who have spent over 2,000 hours in one region. Without further ado, let's get started with the account progress. In my 1,000 hours of Kanto video, I did an in-depth look at my Pokédex progress, but I'm not going to bother giving that same treatment for this video in order to reduce redundancy. I am, however, going to point out a few interesting things. If you compare my decks from back then to now, I've seen 25 more Mon, I've owned 39 more, and I have caught OT on 7 more. Additionally, I also caught 30 more Alphas. Recently, I learned that I can actually egg hunt Riolu, so what I've been doing every day is buying 3 to 5 Lucarios and breeding them with Dittos for a chance to get Riolu shiny every day. Riolu would count as an outer region shiny since I can't naturally obtain it in Kanto, and I just think it'd be a really cool outer region shiny. That's enough talk about my Pokédex. Let's get into my PC box progress, as I've improved a lot since the 1,000 hour progress video. Alrighty guys, it's time to show off the PC box progress after spending 2,080 hours strictly in the Kanto region. We're just going to get right into it. As you can see, I have 4 boxes right here that are labeled male, and then I have 3 boxes that are labeled mommy. These 4 boxes that are labeled male are for catching field male breeders for my mommy milkers, aka my Miltanks. As you all know, I am egging Miltank in order to try to get the outer region shiny because Miltank is female only, so I would only have to catch my own males and thus not have to spend any money on egg hunting aside from the Pokeballs. Typically what I'll do is I'll hunt these field males in whatever route that I feel like, typically Route 5 or Route 3, so I can go for Charmander or Ivysaur. And then once these boxes fill up, once I have 3 to 4 boxes of males, if I still have any leftover eggs, then I go ahead and shunt at whatever location, given that I can still hatch eggs at that location. And then when I run out of eggs, I just repeat the cycle. So these are my quote-unquote like gameplay loop boxes. These are the boxes that I use to like play the game or whatever, because all I do is focus on this egg hunt right now. And additionally, I have a Charmander box that is almost filled right here that I'm planning on selling very soon. Like I mentioned, I'm hunting at the Charmander and Ivysaur spot, so I typically sell boxes of the starters once I get that full box going. Alright, now that we have reviewed all the boxes that I use on a day-to-day basis for focusing on my Miltank hunt, it is time to take a look at my level 100 box. Now this box right here is the nitty-gritty of my account. This is all of my future raid mon, all of my future event mon, and the reason this is called level 100 is because the end-all be-all goal of this box right here is to get all of these mon to level 100 eventually so I can use them for, like I said, raids or events or what have you. Basically any mon with any value or utility is in this box right here. So we're just going to go look at these individually one by one so I can go ahead and show everything off to you guys. To start things off, we're going to go ahead and check out my Typhlosions. Just your typical 2x31 Typhlosions, 20 plus in every other stat, modest nature. Funny story about these guys, I actually don't have the Cyndaquil OT, so I had my friend breed them for me. So I have my friend's OT on them, and I think he has a pretty sick OT, so I'm pretty satisfied with these 2 as a combo. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and check out these 2 Ghostmon that I have right here. I have a Chandelure with my friend Ray Big Pat's OT, modest nature, and we got 25 plus in everything that you need, 31 Spadef. Moving on, we have a Haunter that is going to be a Gengar in the future, modest nature of the best friend's OT, the mayor of PokeMMO, if you're not familiar. It's got 25 plus in every stat that it needs with the exception of HP, but it's nearly there. This is a relatively solid potential Gengar in the future. I'm really happy with this guy. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and check out my Alakazam and my Volcarona. So this Alakazam is timid nature of my OT, and we got 31 speed and 30 special attack with 25 plus and everything else that you need with the exception of HP. I actually low rolled on the HP unfortunately, but it is what it is. Alakazam doesn't have high HP to begin with, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I just kept it and decided to roll with it. Moving on, we have a Volcarona of my friend Grimly Grim's old OT. He actually goes by General Grim now, so this is actually pretty sick to me. It has this old OT on it. It's modest nature, and as if you check it out, it's 31 special attack and then 25 plus and everything that you need with the exception of Spadef. but regardless, it's still a pretty solid all-around Volcarona. It's going to be very valuable in raids or events in the future, which I'm really excited about. Moving on, we have a Mismagius and a Garchomp. This Mismagius right here is timid nature, just a random OT. I believe I bought this off the GTL a while ago, and I thought this was pretty sick because it has 427s on it, and it's 20 plus and everything that you need. Level 100 EV trained, pretty solid Mismagius all around. Moving on, I have this Alpha Garchomp with a Minish Uwu OT. Shout out Minish. It's Adamant Nature. If you check out the IVs, as you can see, it's 31 attack, 30 speed, and then 20 plus in every other stat that you would possibly need it in. A really solid Garchomp all around. I'm really happy with this guy. I just need to get him to level 100. Moving on, we have a Spinda and an Altaria. This Spinda right here is Modest Nature, and it is nearly perfect IVs all around. It's 20 plus and everything, 2x31. That's hidden ability, so it's going to be used for alphas in the future. I just need to level it up. Moving on, we have an Altaria right here with a Modest Nature. I do not know whose OT this is. I bought this off the GTL a while ago, but I thought it was a pretty solid Altaria, and I didn't want to pass up on it. A level 100 EV train. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and check out my Porygon and my Reuniclus. So this Reuniclus right here is my team leader Brimcatcher's OT, Modest Nature, and it's got 20 plus in every other stat and 31 defense. Pretty solid Reuniclus all around. I'm really happy with this guy. I'm going to be using him in raids and or events, depending on where it can be used in the future. Moving on, we have my Porygon right here, which I'm probably going to level to a Porygon Z, but I'm kind of waiting on that because I'm not sure if a Porygon 2 would be more valuable for raids or events in the future, so I'm kind of holding off on it. But it's got Petrowski OT, which I'm really satisfied with. I spent a lot of channel points on his Twitch to go ahead and redeem this, so I was really happy about this. 2x31, 25 plus in every other stat. It's really solid Porygon all around. Really happy with this guy. Moving on, we got a Venusaur and a Jolteon. This Jolteon has Hallen XO's OT. Shout out Hallen from K-pop. It's got Modest Nature, and if you check it out, it's 25 plus and everything except for HP. A relatively solid Jolteon, no 31s, but you know, 31s don't mean the world, man. 25 plus is plenty enough for me. I'm really happy with this guy. I'm really happy that I got Hallen's OT on it. We got this Venusaur from my OT, Modest Nature right here. If you check it out, it's 31 special attack, 25 plus and everything but HP. Really solid Venusaur all around. Really happy with this guy. Moving on, we have a Dragonair and a Rotom. This Rotom right here is Donald Dankist OT, which I'm really satisfied with. Great content creator. I'm really happy that I have this. Shout out Donald for making this for me. We got Modest Nature on this bad boy, and it is 20 plus in everything that you need. Relatively solid Rotom all around. I'm really happy with this. 19 defense, but not a big deal. I'm saving this as a Rotom because I'm not really sure what type of Rotom form would be ideal for this guy, so I'm kind of just waiting to see what use I could get out of him. Obviously, raids aren't out yet, so, you know, we don't really have a great idea. All these mod are, you know, for the most part meant to be used for raids in the future, and we don't really have a clue what they're going to be like, so I'm kind of just saving this before I, you know, change it to a specific form. Moving on, we have my Dragonair right here, Alpha. This is going to be a Dragonite once I get it to level 100. It's my OT, Adamant Nature, and it is 31 speed, 30 attack, 25 plus in every other stat that it needs. All around solid Dragonair right here. Really excited to get this level 100 eventually and use this in potential raids in the future. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and check out my Gliscor and my Charizard right here. As you can see, I have a Young Cabbage OT Charizard here, Hidden Ability Nature, Modest Nature. If you check it out, it's 25 plus in every stat that you need with the exception of Spadef, but, you know, still all around solid Charizard. I'm really happy with this guy. Shout out Young Cabbage. He was able to make this for me. I'm really happy with this OT and this mon all together. I think it's really sick. Then right here we have a Gliscor. This is Epoch's OT, which I cherish very deeply. As you all know, Epoch unfortunately got banned for RWT, which you all, if you've seen that video and you've seen my comment on that video, you know how I feel about that. You know, hashtag free Epoch. I don't think he should have been fully banned for that, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is very special to me just because he, you know, obviously is banned now. So, you know, I'm happy that I was able to get an Epoch OT while I could. If you go ahead and check out the IVs here, it's 25 plus in everything that you need with the exception of defense right here. 27 attack, 25 speed, Adamant Nature. Really solid around. I'm really excited to use this in future raids, both of these guys, depending if they have any versatility. And then obviously, as you all know, I have my legendaries right here. We're just gonna go ahead and show them off in one swoop. You know, obviously my Moltres, my Shaman, my Articuno, my Zapdos. I haven't bothered naturing these, and the only ones that I have IV'd up are the Articuno and the Zapdos. And the Shaman. I haven't IV'd the Moltres yet. I haven't bothered naturing these because I wasn't sure if like a specific nature would be more ideal for raids in the future if these are going to be used in raids, so I didn't want to bother changing them now, and I figured I'd just wait till later. I actually have caught 3 Articunos at this point. I just sold the other 2. Well, I gave one away in an event and then I sold the other one, but I've had 3 Articunos. The rest of them I've just had the one. This right here is my Steelix from the raids. I just, you know, I really like this mod. It's gigantic. I think it's hilarious. You know, it still has Fateful Encounter on it, so I'm really happy with that. I'm probably never never gonna get rid of this. And then obviously, as you all know, I have my shinies right here that, you know, the 4 shinies that I've gotten on my account. I'm really happy with these guys. You know, obviously the Cypher is one of the most insane shinies that I have on my account. You know, my Ditto is my most recent one right here, which I'm really happy with. We obviously have my Safari Venomoth right here, and then my first ever shiny, my Shelder, which I'm really satisfied with. I think I have a really nice split of shinies right now. I'm really happy with all the shinies that I have. Obviously, none of them are outer region yet, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm hoping the 5th one is an outer region shiny, but, you know, those are the ones I'm working with right here. I keep them in this box for safekeeping. And then as we get to the bottom right here, none of these, so all these on the top were my quote-unquote raid mon, you know, my event mon, you know, all the mon that I'm prepping to get to level 100. There are, for the most part, they're all already EV trained. They just need to get to level 100. The ones down here are my utility mon. So obviously, you know, I have my catching Breloom, my catching Parasect. Nothing too crazy on both of these. Lonely Nature. I have this Caesar right here that I used to use for Swarm, but my Cypher obviously has Swarm, so this is my new Swarm mon. I kind of just keep this box. Might as well just have a level 100 Caesar, why not? This is my Payday Pickup Meowth. If I ever plan on Payday Pickupping, I have this right here. I obviously have a Flame Body mon right here, you know, for when I'm hatching and I want to speed things up. I have my Frisk Thief mon right here, you know, my Gothitelle, my Goth Mommy, level 100 right here. I guess if I ever needed a level 100 Gothitelle, I have one. You know, Naive isn't that crazy. The Ivies aren't that insane, but, you know, it's a Gothitelle. It's level 100, you know. I have this special attack, Modest Nature, with Pelagos, my teammate's OT player that's been playing since 2012. I have this level 100 right here, 2x30 when he sold this to me. I'm really happy with this guy. Whenever I get to the region where you do end up using Mold Breaker, you know, Modest Special Attack Rampardos to level your Mon, you know, I can eventually use it whenever that time comes. I have this level 100 Pikachu right here that I'm really happy with. I've had this for a very long time. It's nearly 6x31. It's just missing the attack, but not a big deal at all. I mainly just use this at this point for EV training and level up training at this point, but it did technically used to be a competitive Pikachu. Obviously, I have my Arena Trap Mon right here, just the Doug Trio, Lonely Nature. Nothing too crazy on the IVs, but they're not awful either. And then I have 2 Synchronized Mons right here, one for Timid, and then I have one for Adamant right here. And then these 6 Mon right here, I'm gonna be making a specific video about these guys. This is my gym rerun team, so I'm not gonna go in crazy in depth just because I'm gonna be making a video about them, but this is the team that I use to run the Kanto gyms right here. And that's pretty much the extent of my level 100 box. This is every single Mon that holds any, you know, monetary value on my account, any, you know, significance at all. As you've noticed, a lot of these guys have like some pretty thick OTs. Like obviously I have the Petrowski OT, the Young Cabbage OT, the Epoch OT. For my raid mon, I do make like an effort to try to like get some cool content creators or cool people in the community. I try to get their OT on them, just because I think it's like a cool thing as like a collection thing, I guess. I just think it's sick to get like some really overpowered mon with some sick OTs on them. I just think that's a cool thing to collect as a collector. And speaking of OTs, if you go to my Guap box right here, you know, these are just some like 2013, 2014 mon, nothing too crazy. 2016, I don't have any 2012s, nothing like that. But I do have some pretty sick OTs over here as well. As you can see, I have this 6x0 Jinxed Boon OT right here, Bidoof, which I think is pretty sick. I hold this pretty close to my heart. Jinx sent this to me one day, just out of the kindness of his heart, and I really appreciate it. And then I ran into the OT in the game, like in the Kanto region. I saw them. I was like, yo, can I please have one of your OTs? Like, you have the coolest OT ever. You know, it's not every day you run into OT, you know? So they gave me this Charmander. It's nothing too insane, but it's also not awful. You know what I mean? Like if this was natured, I would use this. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I would have used this over my, no offense, Young Cabbage. I probably would have made this my hidden ability Charizard, but unfortunately it's missing defense. It's a missing nature. You know, I kind of just keep it, you know, it's a cool OT to have. And then I have this Alpha Hypno over here with the Kanto Police Department OT. I just thought that was funny. You know, like the Kanto Police Department. I'm a Kanto lock. I just thought it was funny to have that. And then, you know, this box over here, this account box, I kind of just use to store some extra PvP mon that I have. You know, my legendary Smeargles from my video that I did with enjoying Team Dove, and where they gave me all these legendary Smeargles. So I kind of just keep them in here. We got an NU Chinchino, we got an NU Flareon, we got an NU Barrel, we got an NU Plusle, we got an NU Fracture, we got an NU Sharpedo, we got an NU Swampert. But yeah, guys, that is the extent of my account box. That is pretty much everything. That's everything that I've collected in the account. It may not look like a lot, but the level 100 box alone is probably worth several mil. It's a lot of money that's invested in there. It's a lot of time. So it may not look like a crazy amount, but those mon are, you know, represent an accumulation of 2,000 hours of playing just in Kanto. But yeah, that is everything with my box progress. It's now time to move on to my secret Kanto moneymakers. I've recently hung up my Safari Zone belt as the money wasn't that great. I'd constantly be breaking even and decided I needed something more lucrative. So I'm gonna expose the moneymaker I've been using for the past month to fund my endeavors. This spot has made me millions of yen. The moneymaker is catching Mon on Route 5 below Cerulean City. The available Mon are listed on screen now. The trick is to bring an adamant synchronized Mon, so you get a high chance of getting adamant Meowths. I catch any Meowth and any field males I see. The field males supply breeders for my egg hunt and extra cash for good IV catches. I run lures here because there's an Ivysaur lure encounter. Not only are Ivysaur boxes big money, but the good IV and nature catches also sell for a pretty penny. I found that using Yawn Nest Balls is a good combo for catching these guys. I use an Umbreon with Yawn, so once I Yawn the Ivysaur, I just switch to my catching Mon to false swipe it down, and then I finish the job with a Nest Ball. I give this spot an 8 out of 10. It's great money, but it's a bit click intensive because you have to switch out of your synchronized Mon every encounter. Now that we discussed my Kanto moneymaker, let's talk about my thoughts on the game, community, and region lock after 2,000 hours in Kanto.
You know us as Team Rocket when we fight for what is wrong.
So as far as my thoughts on the game is concerned, I still think this game is really amazing. I still have lots of fun logging in every day and grinding on my region lock. I'm not gonna lie, I am getting a little burnt, but that's to be expected after spending 2,000 hours in the same region. I'm not really getting burnt of the game, but more of just getting burnt of Kanto, if that makes sense. I've never played any other region before, so I kind of just want to see what all the hype's about. I found that changing up my grinds and the spots that I'm hunting at helps keep things fresh, and I also found a lot of enjoyment in prepping Raidmon, which has kept me busy for the most part. As far as the community is concerned, the community is great as usual. There have been a few things that rub me the wrong way, like Epoch getting permabanned and some players from my craziest usernames video being forced to change their names that I personally don't think were too crazy to begin with, but to be fair, that's not really a game thing, that's more of just a moderation thing. I definitely owe my team, Team Rue, a huge thanks for keeping my spirits up throughout this whole grind. They definitely make playing this game a lot more enjoyable. As far as my thoughts on the region lock after spending 2,000 hours in Kanto, it's just brutal, man. It's tough out here. It's tough being stuck in one region for over 2,000 hours. I just want to be done, but honestly, just being the first person to complete a region lock is really driving me forward. This has never been done before, and I just want to make history. But to put things into perspective, I started egging for the outer region shiny at hour 589, and I'm currently sitting at hour 2084. I'm always hatching. I'm never not hatching unless I'm making eggs. If I'm being honest, I haven't really been keeping track of how many eggs I've done, but I can confidently say I've egged for over 1,000 hours. I'm still in disbelief that I don't have the outer region shiny yet, but I don't plan on stopping until I literally am unable to play anymore. I'm hoping that the next region lock video that you all see from me will be the one where I pull the outer region shiny, so until then, stay tuned. This has been Team Rocket. Smell you later.